Freedom for me is when I can do whatever I want to do. I'm a freelancer all my life. I've never been fixed to one spot. Fear of not having money is a constant thing I know for all my life. I don't actually have fears for change. I think to change is something that is really, it's good because it keeps you awake. Fear is a positive thing because fear makes you think. What I see these days a lot is that there are so many people just canceling their job and selling everything because van life looks so fantastic on Instagram. That's the biggest bullshit for me. I don't really get it how people can do that. I just don't understand because they don't think.
Imagine a world in harmony with nature, with others, and with ourselves. A world where people are nourished by diversity and beauty. Do you believe it can exist? Utopia, discovering dreams that are reality.
My name is Kai, freelance filmmaker and photographer. 5 years ago, I bought this bus together with my girlfriend, and it was planned as a bus for doing climbing trips, extended climbing trips. Every time we got back from a climbing trip, I liked it so much to stay in the bus that I didn't go back to my apartments, and that's about 3 years now that I live full-time in my bus. Bedroom. It's fantastic. It's double bed size, everything. You have a bookshelf up here with this, probably the most important book because it's the repair book for the bus. So if anything happens, this is the book to check out. I like minimal lifestyle, and it's something I was interested in for many years. When we got the bus, it felt right for me for the first time, and for me it was a time that I felt the feeling that something should change in my life because it got boring actually. That's why I decided to get rid of a lot of my stuff and move into the bus. Driving area, it's a V8 6.2 liter diesel, Detroit diesel engine. Oh yeah, I have brand new my backup camera. I really love this. Should work now. Really nice to see when backing up, really important. Because I have a new bike rack in the back for my motorbike. This is the platform for my bike. What is really cool, it's can swing away like this, but I can swing it away and just enter my trunk. Yeah, more storage up there, and my dirt bike back there, which lives on here. The best things are that you have a lot of changing environments because I have the feeling that I'm getting bored if I stay too long in one place. I think I have some sort of a nomad soul inside me. It's a bit difficult. In one way, I would love to have a spot where I can come home to. But on the other way, if I stay there for too long, I feel the need to just go. That's probably the thing that I like the most. What I really like actually is the minimalistic thing. I don't have very many things. I have all the things I need in my bus. This is DC power, regular power, and here I have USB, and this I don't need. Regular power in here, which is generated up there. This is for solar. I have 320 watt solar on the roof. I have 200 amp batteries, which is okay in the summer when a lot of sun is shining. In the winter it gets a little bit, it's not quite enough. So that's something that I will change this year before the winter comes. So I have enough power because the laptop takes a lot of energy, it's unbelievable. Then we have the kitchen area, stuff up here. I have a big storage here, tea and stuff, and pans and plates and everything. My water supply is here. So I use, I have 4 of these 25 liter canisters, which lasts me about a week. I have a water filtering system, which is really cool. So everything that comes out of here is actually drinking water, which means I don't have to buy any water or anything. Bathroom stuff. Fridge we have here, 35-liter fridge. Everything that's in here has a cause. I need it, you know. Everything is useful, and that's really nice. And because I had so much stuff, you know, it was a huge mountain of stuff that I didn't need. Once you get rid of your stuff, it's a great feeling. That's actually freedom as well. It took me many, many years to come to this point because I think you are responsible. Usually, if you're a bit of age, you're responsible for yourself, and you're a lot of times responsible for other people as well. And that's something you need to address, I think. I don't think it's good if you just do an ego shooter thing. The time comes, and if you think about the dreams you have or the wishes you have, you should start working on that. And there is no need to fear change, actually. This is probably the most important thing in the bus. This is the entertainment area, my TV. A wood stove that is great for, of course, for creating heat. And I have wood storage here, which is great. And it's also very convenient for cooking and stuff like that. I have a setup here where I can bake bread or cakes and pizza, and it's wonderful to have that on board. Most people tell me that they wanted to do this all their life, and I tell them, well, then just do it. I mean, if you want to do that all your life, why don't you do it? And they say, yeah, it's this and that, and I don't have the time, and I don't have the money, and they find a lot of excuses not to change. Because people are lazy, actually. Yeah, I think it's important to try first, you know, to see if you like it. This is not a life for everybody, you know. And I think it's good if you want to live in a safe environment, because this is not a safe environment. You live on the street, you know, you're exposed to everything and everybody. And the other night, drunk people are hammering on my window in the middle of the night, and you wake up and you don't know, you know. So you have many, many tough times. You have more tough times than you have the good times, the wonderful times. But I think the wonderful times are for me so valuable that they take me over the bad times, you know. And it's a lot of repairing, and it's not so cheap as well. It costs a lot of money, all the repairs. And now the gas is super expensive. You cannot go travel all the time because you can finance an apartment if you do that now. So a lot of things change, and it got very, very full. Everybody has bought a camper during Corona in the last 2 years. I have like spots where I stayed for years by myself. They're now packed with campers. I mean, it sucks big time, you know. Because these are people that do it for 2 or 3 weeks, a year, and then they leave, you know. And people are getting sick of seeing campers on the rivers and lakes, and that's something really bad, yes. This is the outside. This is the entry door, and it has the original mechanism from inside, because we wanted to keep this, and actually I wanted to keep most of the outside as a school bus, which I might change in the future, I'm not sure. This is the door, a great feature, because this is used to be a disabled bus, and this is the place where a huge heavy wheelchair lift was, and now this door has become the outside kitchen. You can put it here, and it's great for cooking outside and stuff like this. It's just great. Down here I have, it's empty now, but it's my wood storage for the oven. On top I have 2 boxes. The big box is just spare parts and stuff like that. Some diesel, more wood storage here, and traction pads up there. Yeah, it was in a very bad condition, the bus, so it took way longer than I expected, because we took everything out and we just had the bare metal of the bus, like a blank canvas to start with. And it was a lot of work, but it was truly worth it. It's actually the most beautiful space I lived in my life so far. Especially in the winter when the oven is on and when it gets cold outside and raining. It's a beautiful space to be in. It's really comfortable and warm and very nice to stay in here. It's beautiful to be there and be by yourself and wake up with the sunrise, to hear the birds. And that's the reason why I love this bus. It's because of all the windows around. So you don't have like a dark box you live in. It's I wake up when the sun gets up, and I go to sleep when the sun goes down. And for me, it's a very natural thing. And I think that's what you start to lose in the city. The contact to nature and to animals and even bugs. I mean, there are, I don't know how many different species are living in this bus. When I'm outside, it's everything is full and you're sort of in the middle. I am officially homeless, but I do have an address. It's at my girlfriend's place. She lives around the corner. She has an apartment where I visit her sometimes, or when I'm really sick and or I had an operation on my shoulder. You need a place to go to, because the life here is very physical, and if you have something really bad going on, you cannot live like that, or you need to make wood for the fire, for the stove to stay warm. And for me, it's very important to have that in mind, that if I want to, there is a space I can go to. But on the other hand, you can always rent an Airbnb apartment or whatever. Actually, you don't need it. People always think that you need it, and it's nice to have it, and it's a psychological thing. When I gave away the keys to my apartment, it was a terrible situation for me, because I felt like, wow, there's no place I can go to. It's if everything breaks, I'm living on the street actually, and it's a tough thing to think about, but you get over it after time, and there's always ways to go around. And worst case really is to rent an apartment somewhere and stay there for a month or two. And there are always ways to live without. It's another step. A friend of mine doesn't have any address in Germany anymore and is completely nationless. I think he's still German, but he doesn't have any address. And he's facing some problems with that, like he cannot make a driver's license in Germany, or just basic things that you cannot do. Another very important thing down here is, in here is my toilet, something I would never want to miss. Yeah, some more storage here and food and stuff here. My table is here. So what's so cool about this is actually that it's a pull-out table, and I can pull it out. It works for 4 people, and this is the place where I work, where I put my computer and stuff like that. And what's so cool about this is that I can just slide it in, and you have all the space in here I can even do fitness in here. I did that a lot of times, and yoga, whatever, meditation, and you always have the big space. And when you need to work, you just pull it out. If you just need it for a cup of tea, you just go like this, and you have a small table, and you still have place to change your clothes, and it's raining outside, and you know, it's very good. It happened actually by accident. It wasn't planned. We were looking at all sorts of techniques and folding up and taking out and putting in. But this is actually, it's great. I love it. It's incredible what you can do now. And I think That's a positive thing from the time with Corona, because people saw that you don't actually have to be next to each other in order to collaborate or to work, and you have video meetings, and I can do all the preparation for a shoot from the bus wherever I am, and then I come to wherever to actually shoot it and film it, and then I'm going back to the bus and do the editing and all the stuff. Everything is possible. The computers got better, the cameras got smaller, and you don't need this huge amount of things anymore. And that's really advantage for me. The wood actually is old Berlin loft flooring. It's very thick. We just got it because of the look. This is an old door, actually, you see here. Yeah, I just love the look of it, and I found most of it I found on the street. Wood floor, which I really like as well, because it always gets the patina, and it's really comfortable. Even in winter, it's really nice. A lot of people are scared of, oh, you're not scared when you're all alone in the forest, in your bus, and murders are gonna come and kill you and stuff like that. And I mean, who's running around at night in the forest? Nobody. You're completely alone, and actually I would be scared to sleep on a rest place on the big highways. You know, there are the creeps running around. But in the forest, no, I'm not scared at all. No. And I do sleep a lot at night with all the doors open when it's hot. And it's so beautiful because it's actually like sleeping outside. No, I'm not scared. And nothing ever really happened to me. And I travel a lot with the bus, and I've been to a lot of spaces. And it's always, it's a gut feeling thing. There are places where I park and I look around and I don't feel too comfortable, and then I just leave and go somewhere else. And usually the best places for me to stay are really somewhere all by myself, outside at some lake or river or forest, and there nothing's going to happen anyway. So it's easy. I got robbed once in Spain, where they broke into the bus while we were climbing. I want to keep it like that for now, and you never know where life will take me in the future. Maybe this will change, or maybe I move to another country. I don't know. I don't know actually how many kilometers I did, because my kilometer counter is broke since 3 years. But I think must be something around 100,000. I don't know actually. I've been a couple of times to Greece, to Canary Islands, a lot of times to Italy and France. I don't know, I don't count. I don't count kilometers, and I don't count countries, and I just go. Viva Viva!
Utopia. Discovering dreams that are reality.